Thanks for carving time out of your busy schedule to join us in the trenches with Dave Lapham. Brought to you by First Star Logistics, as always, coming to you from our studio that the best anyone can ask for. And boy, do we appreciate this gentleman carving time out of his busy day, because Lou Anarumo, Bengals defensive coordinator, he's got some adjustments to make. 41 points scored by the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson was Lamar Jackson. In my mind, the best athlete I think I've ever seen at the quarterback position. Maybe the best athlete in the National Football League. Doesn't matter what position you're talking about. And he presents problems. They handle the run pretty well. They could not control and contain Lamar Jackson well enough. He talks about that. He talks about what he told his team today. He talked to Lou Anarumo on Monday morning. Talk to his football team about taking it one game at a time. It's a cliche, but it's also true. You can't win them all, the remaining 12, unless you take them one at a time. You got to go to New York, take care of business. There are 4 winnable football games coming up. 2 straight on the road, 2 straight at home. Take them one at a time. Get back over 500. See where you stand at that point in time. Right now, where you stand isn't very pretty. Thanks for joining us in the trenches with Dave Lapham, brought to you by First Star Logistics. As always, we're in our studios that are second to none. And we have a guest that is second to none. And that, of course, is one of the finest human beings walking the face of the earth, defensive coordinator Lou Anarumo. Coach, thanks for carving time for us today. I know it's a busy day for you.
No problem, Lap. Glad to be on.
So this football game, this football team, the Baltimore Ravens, they have as unique a talent as anybody can imagine at the quarterback position. I mean, this guy is as good an athlete as I've ever seen.
Oh, he certainly is. A reason why he's been a 2-time MVP, and every time we play the Ravens and certainly Lamar, he's just a terrific football player. We had certain opportunities there in the game, and they made plays, he made plays, but I think what it came down for us is, our third down defense wasn't what it needed to be. We could have got some stops there. It would have been a different game. We came into the game really wanting to stop the run, and in regulation, Derrick Henry had 40 yards, and then he has the long run in overtime, which can't happen. We just let that one slip away.
You're right, Coach. Regulation, 14 carries, 41 yards, less than 3 yards a pop. I mean, that's that's pretty strong. And when you combine, he and Jackson's carries without that one that got away, 26 carries for 96 yards, right around 3.5 a pop. I mean, that's controlling that ground attack that they have pretty darn well. I mean, that's a big part of the strategy, I'm sure.
Oh, it was, and like I said, if we could have done better on third down, it starts with me, and I've got to make sure we, do a better job with the guys, getting them in the right spots. But they were 10 of 15, and that's just too many conversions.
Yeah, it looked like you were very aggressive. You blitzed. I don't know what the percentage, but to me it looked like about half the time you were bringing people and trying to make him make decisions, get the ball out of his hands. But he is so dynamic with his ability to buy, space and time. I mean, the play that everybody's talking about, of course, he turns a potential turnover into a touchdown with what he does, getting out of pocket and, stiff arm Sam. And then, Pratt's hitting him as he goes out of bounds. He throws across his body and hits likely in the back of the end zone. I mean, that's a play only. He's one of one that can make that kind of play.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. It was a great play by him. There's obviously certain things we could have done better on our side, but
right.
He drops the ball, picks it up, and all the things you just mentioned. We needed to do a better job plastering in the back end with the guys, but Yeah, it was a great play by Lamar. Unfortunately, was able to get that on us there. That was not what we wanted, obviously.
So, I mean, when you were, am I right? Did you pressure? Was it almost like half the time, Coach? It looked like you went zero, quite a bit, and really came after him. On the back end, was the coverage? Did it hold up as much as you had anticipated or hoped?
Well, we would certainly like to do better. He threw for too many yards, but that was the plan coming in. It was to pressure over half the snaps, and that's what we did.
Yep.
I would have liked to have seen more pressure on some of those zeros, because then if we don't get pressure on those, you're kind of hanging the back end guys out to dry.
Yep.
So we need to do better rush and coverage working together, not just the rush, but guys being tighter in coverage as well.
So the word came out that Dax Hil has a torn ACL, and that's just heartbreaking. I mean, man, you were down to your third option at the slot corner position with Mike Hilton down with a knee injury of his own. Not that severe. It looks like Dax Hil obviously is out for the year, but you will be getting Mike Hilton back. But man, that was tough to have that going for you in the slot position. Then you're getting some defensive linemen back trying to rotate. And you were trying to rotate as many people as you could. You played a lot of guys.
Yeah, it was really. We knew we needed to try to be fresh in the fourth quarter. It was really hot yesterday.
Yeah,
especially as those guys are chasing Lamar around, and it's a lot to do that. So you want to keep guys fresh for sure. Yeah, it's unfortunate with Dax. He was really coming on. I thought doing well. It's just an unfortunate situation. He's a great kid,
and he really is. And he's got some rare athletic traits. I mean, he does things not a lot of people walking the streets can do athletically. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I think you just got to rehab that thing, get back, and hopefully be good as new.
So you played Sam Hubbard in a lot of spots as you do normally against the Ravens coach. I mean, he was playing some linebacker, some defensive tackle, defensive end. He was, doing a lot of things for you. How did Sam grade out for you?
Yeah, I thought Sam did some nice things. He had the big tackle on the safety, another tackle on a stunt we had called on Derrick Henry earlier in the game. There's obviously always things we can do better, but he settled down and thought he did some nice things.
He scored 8 points against the Ravens now. The rumble in the jungle fumble return that he took back, and now this safety. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, it's I can't remember the last time in half of a football game I saw a 2-point conversion and a safety. That's kind of a rarity. There were some crazy things that went on in this football game, no question.
Yeah, it was. It's one that we got to get over, though. We've got to move on. We've got to move on to the Giants, and we can't let this one beat us twice, as they say.
So let's do that. Let's move on. That's a perfect segue, Coach. You're very familiar, obviously, with the New York Giants organization. That's home for Lou Anarumo. That's your home territory. What do you think about this organization and this football team, the way they're playing this year?
Well, I think that they had a big win yesterday out in Seattle.
Yep.
I think that they're starting to settle into what they want to be on offense. And, the quarterback, Daniel Jones, is an athletic guy, really athletic guy, can run the ball. So we've got another guy that can move, and they'll call quarterback runs. They've got a dynamic young receiver that I'm sure will be back this week, Neighbors. And, so we'll have our hands full, but our guys will be ready to go on Sunday night.
Neighbors, the rookie receiver, he had the concussion and he didn't play in yesterday's football game, but he's got 3 touchdown passes, 35 catches, 366 yards. He has been pretty darn good. He runs some good routes, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, he seems to be one of those guys that when he gets the ball in his hand, he's really dynamic. He's strong at the catch point too. And is seems to be in sync with the quarterback. So, he's certainly a good player.
And playing the run as well as you did, other than that 51-yarder that leaked out at the end. the Giants definitely want to do that, don't they? I mean, that's their mantra is be physical, offensively, defensively, set a tone, take care of business at the line of scrimmage.
No, there's no doubt, and they found this running back now that's having some success. They obviously have Singletary from was at Houston last year and formerly of the Bills.
Right.
Done a nice job for him. And then this rookie running back from Purdue has done a nice job for him. So, we're just getting into it now, here today. So, but both those guys, can cause some problems.
Yeah, he's averaging the rookie. He's averaging over 5 yards a carry. He's doing a pretty nice job. It's pretty impressive. So it's time now. To me, Coach, it's almost incomprehensible that this football team, hasn't won a conference game and hasn't won a division game, hasn't won a home game. That's almost. I mean, if I were a betting man, I'd have my pockets inside out and I'd be broke. I mean, I just can't fathom it. But now it's time to just take care of business one at a time, right? I mean, go up to New York and get things done up there.
Well, that's what I told the group this morning. I said, what's done is done, and we've got to look at each game as that's it. Just it's a one-game season each week, and take care of business each week as we go forward. Don't look beyond that. Don't look backwards. Just focus on what the task at hand is, and we got to go win the football game on Sunday night.
So other than the injury to Dax, which obviously is huge, did you come out of this football game pretty intact in that regard?
I believe so. I haven't seen anything report-wise, but I believe we did.
And how did the lineman that returned, the interior defensive lineman? You had a veteran in B.J. Hill. You had a rookie come into the mix as well. How did they perform for you?
Yeah, it was great to have BJ back. He's just savvy out there, knows, the pass rush stuff, knows where to be in terms of the level of the quarterback, and, had some good run fits where he was. And, I thought McKinley did fine for the eight or nine reps that he was in. Really wasn't at the point of attack that often, but, I was happy and pleased with what I saw.
And when I watched Myles Murphy, man, he gave effort. I mean, he flashed it. He showed up. But
sure did.
It looked to me like some little correction on some football geometry, maybe some angles, if you want to be overly critical. But, I mean, the effort was certainly there.
No doubt. He gave great effort. Again, guy hasn't practiced since training camp. So,
right.
Hopefully we'll get another good week of practice from him. He'll be a little bit more, football ready. But he played his butt off yesterday. They all left it out on the field, that's for sure.
I'll tell you, Coach, two instant classics, in Kansas City, just a battle royale. I mean, two really good football teams going at it. And here in Cincinnati, same deal. I mean, two really good football teams going at it. And the quarterbacks you're talking about, Burrow, Mahomes, Jackson, unbelievable. Unfortunately, neither one go the Bengals' way. But like you just said, certainly wasn't for lack of effort. There's no question.
No, we'll make sure we always have that. There's no doubt about that. And our guys are prideful, and we're like I said, just focus on Sunday and look to what's ahead, because that's all we can do right now. Make sure we win this next game, and then we'll move on from there.
That's the thing that thing that strikes me quickly about this football team is the respect that they have for the coaches, the respect they have for their teammates, and at all levels, coaches to coaches, coaches to players, players to players, players to coaches. I mean, there is a healthy dose of respect there in the Cincinnati Bengals organization. I have every confidence that going to go on a nice little run here, Coach.
So no doubt. Sounds good to me, Lap.
Knock on wood. Have the best day you ever had, Coach. Appreciate you joining us. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Dave Lapham here, and every day I am grateful for my experience to have played professional football. As a player, I realized self-motivation, leadership, and appreciating your teammates are key. At First Star Logistics, you can use those same attributes to create the life you want for you and your family. Build your future by working hard like I did. You'll see results both on and off the field. Call First Star Logistics today and be part of our winning team.
Opportunity knocking.